Hello everyone, this is a bit of a different video because I wanted to react to the Genesis update. I'm not sure when the new point update is going to drop, but I wanted to just see what the new what they're going to address basically because I played Yu-Gi-Oh. Who's been subscribed for a while will know that I at least play Master Duel, and even a couple of videos back, I play against a popular VTuber that it plays TCGs mainly, and mainly Yu-Gi-Oh, right? So I wanted to react to the Genesys Point update because I think Genesis can be a much more fun format than what the regular advanced constructed. I This year I only learned that that's the actual name of the TCG format. I think the distinction is now made because Genesis being a thing, and Genesis is TCG only. So, okay, let's see what this point update is all about. So, they say this is what we should expect on the points update. As we mentioned in the Bologna recap, the next points update is scheduled for next week and will take Phantom Revenge into account, even though its official launch date was moved. The next update will be based on the results and deck lists received from tournaments, starting with those at YCS Pittsburgh. Thank you to everyone who has been submitting deck lists. Keep them coming, just so everyone knows we do give the strongest way to complete submissions from tournaments. Where we see all the deck lists, since that's the accurate way to compile complete census data on who's playing what, how often. But all the information is useful as we keep looking into what the heck everyone is building. Sometimes it be like that. There are some crazy lists out there. Once again, the judgments fall into several categories. Severe performance outliers. These include cards both on the deck level and an individual level. For example, Dragtail's performance as a deck since October puts it in line for increases, and Droll and Lockbird mention performance as an individual card puts it in line for an increase as well, more so in North America than Europe. But this is actually interesting. Yeah, I guess Euro Bros want to be more fair. That's cool. As always, this is the most important criteria and the fundamental principle of Genesis cards. Seeing excessive play, see their costs go up, other cards come down, while keeping OTKs boxed out. Everything listed below is just part of our initial ongoing early access tuning. Yeah, because we're not even 1 year in. And I think it's already pretty good. Droll and Lockbird aside, I think the format is already fun. The newer stuff is just a little bit too much. Once we exit early access, it will be a bit different, and we'll be taking a lot about the long-term Genesis plans, talking about the longer Genesis plans soon, and those plans are pretty extensive. To put it another way, everything listed below is going to be a performance outlier unless we hit it now. That's what early access is all about, setting up the initial point list. Once we exit early access, the purely census approach will take over more. Although we still need to assign some points to new cards right off the gate, which isn't perfect, see branded below. on to the categories. Also of note, the categories are important because they're a guideline on things we need to watch out for in the future when assigning preliminary points to new sets before they come out. Cards that attack the deck, extra deck. We mentioned Ronick last time, but this category also includes Hekehan's, Gaigas, Shino. I don't want to say Killtoon. That's such a. There's supposed to be Killer Tune. Whatever. Clip and Q from Phantom Revenge, all of which proactively strike out or steal cards from the deck, extra deck. So we're hitting them in advance. Cool. I hate people messing with my extra deck. I hate Cash Gear. You have no idea. I hate what is it? What's the Dogmatica? Yeah, that's it. Cards that multiply excessively. Warrior is the poster card. Ooh, points up there for that one. Cards that insulate turn 1 combos. In Pittsburgh, players start gravitating in mass towards cards like Cross Out Designator and Traptrix Rafflesia that help you force through your turn 1 combos even if your opponent has a way to respond. The price on these kinds of cards at the moment is a bit too much of a bargain for how much you stand to gain. Basically, the counters to the counters should be more expensive than the counters themselves. We might need to go into this more in another article. So, wait. What? Oh. So they're going to give even more points to Rafflesia? Isn't 10 points fine already for Rafflesia? I feel like Rafflesia is actually fine. I don't know. Cross-out Designator, I haven't even checked the points on Designator. Like, who's playing Designator? Except if not to deal with Droll. Okay, Towers monsters. Monsters are pretty much immune to other card effects. Not mine. Likewise, we're going to crank up the cost of monsters like Liger Dancer and Super Quantum making Great Magnus, so that you have fewer points to give them generic backup. Oh yeah, that would be great because I even in Master Duel I face a Super Quantum deck with a Raizio, and I couldn't do anything. I don't know. I was unable to get rid of that boss monster. I even tried to like summon 5 material duo drive and give it a 6th material when it's summoned, and give it a 7th material with what's this called plugin, Rise Up plugin. But he stopped me before that. I think with the Nash in hand, so I wasn't able to. Like the guy still had like the quick play effect on the Exceed, but I don't remember what was my like backup plan for that. But yeah, I was unable to win against that. It's too much. You just need extra deck monsters to get you another card. Separate from ones that cheat out and not extra deck monsters, there are ones that just get you another card in some way. Girl and Wing Up Carrier Zemadi are both cards in this category. At least Zemadi is playable. Things that weren't tempting. Last time we reduced the points in some teams that were popular internally but not externally. We'll do so again this time. Dragon Maid, Sword Soul, Tenji, Snake Eye. Snake Eye? What? Ninjas again? Maybe Century. What the? What? Why Centurion? What? Don't. Centurion should be fine. I'm pretty sure Centurion is fine. People just don't want to use it because I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's fine. I haven't checked their points. I'm not a Centurion player, but come on. And Seed Samurai. I don't know. I should lower the points in Seed Samurai. Although they're trickier, yeah, that's tricky. Reweighting some point distributions. An example of this is the adventurer cards, where Rite of Parameter and Water Enchantress of the Temple are at 5 each, while the high-spec Wandering Gryphon Rider is at 20. Gladiator, Beast, and Chrysron are also being looked at for this. A more high-profile case is Branded, where the Fallen and the Virtus came out, and we figured everybody will want to play it in threes, so we balanced things by putting points on the extra deck monsters. From what we're hearing, most Branded players will have been perfectly happy with just 1 or 2 copies of their new spell card, and will have preferred the extra deck cost to stay where they were. So we're going to make that correction. This is an example of how when we hit cards before they're out, we might guess wrong sometimes, but we're happy to correct that with the next list. Generic housekeeping. There are several handy generic cards that almost no one is using at their current values that will drop. We're also still figuring out how gradual to make these to climbs. If a card isn't played but then drops to 0, suddenly everyone will play 3, and then it just yo-yos back and forth. There is a sweet spot somewhere. The next update after this one will happen around the release of Burst Protocol. There are no official large-scale Genesys events between now and then, so the primary purpose of that update will be to add points to cards releasing in Burst Protocol and adjust other costs based on the addition of Burst Protocol. Okay, at least they're talking about Droll. So I at least hope the Droll goes up to 15. I don't know if 15 will be enough, so Droll is not as much as of a plague. But I'm not sure, man. Like, there are many combo heavy decks, but there are also a couple of decks that don't really care about Droll. Like, they may search 1 or twice, but they are all set right after that. Like, my deck, I use Heraldic Beast. It searches a lot, especially the way I made it, because it's like just searching for recursion and resources, and like dumping to the graveyard, to special from the graveyard, to maybe keep searching or like getting more stuff. And I use 2 Pot of Greed in the newer build that I'm using. So who wouldn't want to just use 2 Pot of Greed? Which is something that I did actually in a duel, like a duel with like a real person. I just like, I start a Pot of Greed. Nothing to the Pot of Greed. I drew 2 cards, and then there's not a Pot of Greed. I was able to do that. That was a bit funny. But I'm excited. I want to see what the new points are going to look like. I hope nothing I use has been egregious enough to warrant points. The only card that I was using that got any points whatsoever on the last update was number 69, just because of the copy effect. It needed just the 1 point. The 1 point to keep, I guess, Ouroboros hand loop and what is it again? Oh, I forgot. Well, not that I forget. It's just like, well, I guess, yeah, Shockmaster's effect. I will just say it like that, to avoid copying Shockmaster's effect. However, I'm pretty sure that I can still use Shockmaster without number 69 3 times. I think I'm going to see if I can commit such war crime and see where that leads me to. If I can use Shockmaster 3 times in a duel, well, isn't that just great? I mean, obviously that's not great for the game, but it's fun. It trying to like break Yu-Gi-Oh. This is what happens. Every Yu-Gi-Oh player wants to break the game. Every Yu-Gi-Oh player is like, how can I make this busted? And it sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. So yeah. Now, this one I hope is short. It's kind of a short video. That's good. It's just reading. So whoever's interested on like the updates and such, is a good one. It's been 5 days now, because yeah, I'm recording this today. But I think next week I'm going to do something that a couple of comments have been saying. Like there is one of the neural reactions that somehow got a second win, kinda, and it's getting a lot of views suddenly. So I guess I'll just react to the last song that Nira and Evil had, because I did forget that they had a new song. So I'll just check that for next week. I wasn't able to do what I wanted this week, but I think I might be able to in 2 weeks. I'm just still thinking. I'm not sure which one I want to do, but I think I'll get there. Anyways, let's just leave this video as it is, and I will hunt your computer later. Bye bye.